Hello everyone, my name is Nagar. So today we are going to understand whenever we are going to interact with the client, okay, in the real time or directly whenever we are going to interact with the businesses. For an example, there is a company, for an example A, they are running on them businesses, okay, into the third party softwares or like third party tools. That company wants to implement SAP EWM, embedded or decentralized. It depends upon the business to business, because sometimes decentralized are very advisable for some of the warehouse management business, because here we have the two servers. In some cases we have lots of also advantages whenever we going to implement the SAP EWM embedded in S4 HANA, because we know we have a lots of benefits, execution fast. So I prepared one of the presentation in which today we are going to understand whenever we interact with the client of the warehouse, and suppose that client wants to implement SAP EWM. It would be decentralized or EWM embedded. The basic process, how we interact with the client to ask them business requirement. Because before implementation, asking anything, okay, before implementing anything, we should gather the requirements of our customers. Okay. So this is the first phase where we gather the business requirements from our customers. I will explain you one by one, okay, through my document, through my presentation document, and you will be understand. So this is the project phase, first basic project phase before implementing the SAP EWM, decentralized or embedded. So I divided this business blueprint or overview document for the warehouses requirement. Simple, this is the requirement gathering process. In this process, what is the steps we consider? Okay, as much as possible I have mentioned, okay, in the major points in my presentation. So I divided this my presentation into the different sections like a table. Like first we have the steps like serial number, I can say, or steps 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then question or the requirement we ask from the clients, and project scope, okay, and or purpose. For an example, what is the purpose? So again I will explain you steps like 1 2 3 4 or serial number 1 2 3 4. Then the question we need to ask from our clients, okay, and the different categories we have. What is the purpose, okay, of the client, why they want these kind of like things, so we will ask from the client. If we get any kind of response from the client, also we mention what they wanted, what they required, what they have said to us, what they needed, okay, everything we mention. And then we prepare our final notes. So the first, so first we ask, I will go one by one. Can you provide an overview of your business operations in your industry? So this is a business operation overview we ask from the clients. So in this situation we need high level industry summary needed, okay, we require that. What is the geographical and enterprise scope of this project? And the purpose category we have project scope. Here we ask from the customer, like and notes we clarify the region and coverages. What is the state, what is the city, country, whatever, geographical, okay. Another point, next point, what is the existing SAP landscape, module and versions you are using, or what is the SAP landscape you already using, including current modules and versions. Like for an example, SAP Business Warehouse, or there if you're using SAP ABAP or MM, SD, PP, QM, TM, more modules. We ask everything. Total number of plant and storage location relevant for warehousing operations. Warehouse scope. This is the purpose why we ask, because this is the warehousing scope. Specify plant storage location. Okay, we need to specify in our note what are the plant, what is the storage location, everything. Then total number of plant storage location relevant for warehousing operations. We ask how many warehouse do you currently operate? Current warehouse count, list warehouse by locations. Different locations, plant, warehouses, everything we gather. What is the total warehouse capacity? So storage capacity for an example in the units like pallets, handling units, okay, everything we gather. What is the scope of additional warehouse? Expansion plants, okay, then include plant for new warehouse, okay, which we are going to, for an example, going to start a new warehouse, you have the new go down, so we ask all these details. How many users work in each warehouse per shift? This is we call management of the users. So here we specify per warehouse and shift timings. Does the warehouse also operate as a distribution center? Okay, distribution center operations. If so, we clarify inventory management processes and scope to with that customer or our client. Is there a need to monitor inventory management to other warehouse location? Inventory management indicates cross location requirements. So this document I prepared as per my knowledge and experiences. Okay, so this is the basic which I know I prepared. We have a different kind of like templates. We can ask more questions, depends upon, we can ask more more questions, depends everything. It depends upon the business to business, client interaction, a lot of things, but this is the basic thing which I know. How many manufacturing locations are there and which are relevant for warehousing? Manufacturing scope, okay, the purpose why we ask, because we need to know the manufacturing scopes. Provide plan details, okay. Then we ask, is batch management active? If yes, is it at the material of plant level? Okay, batch management, if we have already here, indicate levels and processes, okay. So we ask from our client, do you have the serialized product, okay, in the warehouse? So we clarify the serialized product, how many products you have, the serialization with the serial numbers, everything. What is existing remote data infrastructure? Barcodes, scanner, RFID, RF devices, okay, forklift, mounted scanner, etc. It's like in the truck mounts, okay, we have different kind of screens, everything we gather the requirement. So remote data infrastructure, okay, and detailed tool and technology used. Which technology you are using? You using Java to Enterprise Edition or Core Java or PLC program? All these things we request and ask from the customers. What is the scope of including additional remote infrastructure for this project? Remote infrastructure expansion, list potential additional upgrades. So for an example, you already have these devices, these many devices, processes, or like conveyor belts. If you want to implement more conveyor belts, then why you want more conveyor belts? If we for an example, suppose, just I'm giving an example, suppose customer, they already have the example 10 conveyor belts, then they wanted actually or we are going to suggest them, you can implement 3 more, okay, as per the business requirement. So we need to the thing is, whenever we are going to suggest to our customer, we should be like very honest, very genuine, and with the customers, and we should actually suggest to the customer to save them some of the, like, in as much as less investment they can achieve them business requirements. So first thing, we need to be very like transparent with the customers, and our suggestion to the customers to be like, in the very less investment the customer should get the best services, or the target to be achieved what the customer require. Another questions, what is the average number of outbound delivery in your business? Okay, then outbound deliveries, this is the, so the question we can ask, then a category or why we ask purposes, then we follow the client response and notes we create. So guys, again I am saying this is totally based on my experience knowledge. We can have the different questions, more question depends, but those are the major or backbones, basic questions we see gather from the customers. What is the average number of outbound delivery in your business? So outbound deliveries, number of outbound deliveries is specify, like it's like if they have like a simple outbound deliveries, or if they have the implemented the wave, then we can then, as we know, we have lots of benefits to implement the wave. Okay, wave management. So time saving process, execution would be more faster, so we can ask everything and we can suggest them. What is the average number of inbound delivery in your business? Or like if they have like complex inbound deliveries, like where we have the more complex processes, deconsolidation, process oriented, layout oriented, or they have the simple inbound delivery like PO, ERP side inbound delivery, EWM side inbound delivery. Okay, which we implement. Implementation means they're running the business on the inbound delivery, because obviously if they're going to implement SAP but they already have these deliveries, right? So we ask everything. If you have some kind of complex processes, you open the HU, you perform some kind of more processes, or just you use the normal delivery. So we ask everything from the customer. Okay, just a moment, I will just do little down. So lens setting, just okay. So how many types of material do you store in your warehouse, okay, or in the godown? So material types, use process oriented storage control, categorize for if possible. Okay, process oriented storage control, we can suggest or we can ask everything. Is there any validation where one material type should not be stored beside another? Okay, any validations? So storage constraints we call this. So list storage type and section details we get. How many storages or store in your warehouse? Like how many type of storages you have? Storage type, how many type of storages you have? Like we can have different kind of storages, so we can ask. Or if they have like if they have the conveyor belts, if they're using the layout oriented storage control, they're placing the goods into the different floors, or like process oriented storage control, more things if they have, we can ask. How many products are there in each? Like for an example, if they have the process oriented storage control, layout oriented storage control, each process how many products? Or we can ask like, do you use the same product for different business purposes? For example, distributors, exporters, dealers. So business processes for process type determination indicator, put away control indicator, warehouse process type understanding. Okay, we understand all these things. So inbound and outbound delivery different from each business process. Here we ask if you have the different deliveries, inbound delivery, outbound delivery, we can ask from our customer. Like if you have the different process type determination indicator, Put away controlling indicator, warehouse process type details. All the information as much as possible, we request them. Okay. So how many plants are assigned to the warehouse? Plant assignment, document type, item type. Okay, we have in the both the layers in the ERP and EWM. How many storage locations of plant are assigned to the warehouse? Storage location, party entitled to dispose, or if we have the owner details, custodians or customers or business partners. Okay, how many warehouses are required? So warehouse and requirement based on the stock type availability. Okay, depends upon the stocks. How many types of storage rack setup are there? Okay, storage rack including warehouse numbers. Do you store material in the fixed bin? Fixed storage type is specify bin type and materials. So also we ask, do you store like stock in open spaces, bags, for an example, heavy materials or pallets or like tires. Okay, and like if the open space they put some HUs, okay, full pallets under one roof, everything we. So open storage space, fixed storage type detail we needed. Okay, here. So if you store the multiple pallet size in the same bin, bulk storage is specify pallet and bin dimensions we ask. So we can ask how many type of pallet boxes, carton boxes, bottles or like HUs used in the warehouse, packaging type we have, right? Detail storage specification we ask this. Okay, so how many resources are used in inbound outbound delivery process? Resource management, list of all handling unit management. What are the role of limitation each resources, relocation? So guys, this is the very long book or process which I prepared actually, or for the even with the material flow systems when we use. So you can reach me via social media. Okay, so for an example, if they have the material flow to ask this document, this presentation to share to you. So if they have the material flow system, for an example, a few questions I pick, we have a lots of like things. So for example, how are communication points used in warehouse operation for handling units? So this is the communication uses. Okay, here we explain their role and significances. So like lots of process here. Is there like requirement to establish stable telegram communication between SAP EWM and PLC? Communication stability mentioned in specified requirement. And guys, I am the certified J2 certified J2ME, J2EE and OCJP certified professional. So in the PLC or like MFS side, this document, if you require this my book, I can share to you. This is the process. You will get some idea real time. We can ask how is the, so that would be very helpful to you. Thank you very much guys. Please like, subscribe and also follow me to different social media platform. And a few more questions I will explain you. So the monitor track telegram traffic for handling units or task, and how it will be data to the utilize. Like we have the traffic monitoring. So in the whenever we talk about the material flow systems, multiple things we require here guys. For an example, if how the EWM integration with the yard logistics or like different modules, yard management. Okay, so lots of questions. If you need any help, if you're looking for resume preparation, career guidance, consulting, training, supports in the EWM ABAP side, like specialization, or if you're looking for like this kind of real-time the books or like requirement gathering, business documents, then please get back to me. Okay, you can reach me via social media, guys. Thank you very much once again. Like, subscribe, because once you like, okay, your and once you subscribe, okay, then you will get the notification for the new updates on all my social media platforms. Okay, thank you very much, guys. See you once again.